Hey everybody, it's Matthew Neuberger and this is Training Tip Tuesday. Have you ever been afraid to confront somebody on something? Maybe it's a colleague who keeps showing up for meetings late. Maybe it's a client who has a behavior that, prevents you from serving them as well as you could. Here's the thing, I have this equation and it works like this. 10 times 10 equals 100. And the concept behind this is really simple. Whatever actions you're seeing that you don't like is usually happening 10 times more than you think it's happening, or 10 times more than what you see. So if you have a colleague who's constantly showing up for meetings late, what that means is they're probably showing up for client and prospect meetings late as well. So that's now something that you have maybe a little bit of a concern about. The second 10, or 10 times 10, is that we in our minds make confronting people 10 times harder than it really needs to be. Our fear of what's going to happen when we confront that person on being late is much greater than it actually is. And if you've ever had to fire somebody, you know this because you made in your mind the act of firing them so big in your mind it was really hard for you to actually go through. But when you actually did, it wasn't that big of a deal. So because we make it 10 times great in our mind in terms of fear, we create so much more fear in our mind, it usually delays our action by at least 100 days. 10 times 10 equals 100. So here's my recommendation. When it comes to things you're noticing, think this way. If you see somebody showing up late for meetings or something that might be not in their interest or your interest, imagine that it's not just happening when you see it, but it's happening 10 times more. And then ask yourself, what's my level of fear? And just calling this out right now. And then that will help you avoid spending the 100 days waiting and dealing with that frustration and allowing that thing to perpetuate. So just remember, 10 times 10 equals 100. And by remembering this, confront people up front in a way that's caring, but addresses the issue. Trust me, it's not as scary as you think it is. Until we talk next time, good selling, and if you have any questions about how to address a conflict with a member of your team or a client or a prospect, call one of our coaches. We'll be happy to walk you through the process.